So we got Biomachina, the Eternity level Psylocke, also teetering on the one above all as well too. So actually a demon. We had him in another video earlier, but we're gonna see what he gets into here, starting off kind of in a little bit of a scary spot already, kind of getting rolled back, everybody pushing back immediately. And as I was gonna say, notice how once they're pushing up, he's not waiting until danger is imminent and he's about to be dead to back up, using his resources there to try and stay safe, fighting up on height here, almost killing the Star-Lord as well too. Also, we got Magneto up on height. This is a very aggressive team, I will say. They're not taking their time at all trying to make space. The tank's very aggressive up, getting the bubble on the Magneto, trying to get some survivability for himself, but unfortunately getting cut off by the heel, or from the heels by his own team, by the Groot. We're missing a tank, and they are missing their Magneto, and now they have a Bucky as well too. I have not seen the Bucky really too much at all. The Star-Lord is also going to be a problem with the Snowflake. Good shots right there coming out. Also getting fully healed. Snowflake, basically unkillable. It's one of the situations for sure too. Whenever I see a player who's getting pocketed and they have Snowflake, you have to absolutely burst them down just like that, or they have to be forgotten about by their healers for a second there. There goes both the healer ults. So you got a dance-off going on. We got Mantis and Luna popping ults. Now behind the entire team is trying to get a little bit of damage here. Not quite going to get down the Bucky, still standing on the ulti here, but oh, unfortunately, like I said before, this is the #1 character to shut down Psylocke. You hate to see that, and I will say, on the other side, at the highest level of play, the Luna is going to say, of course, it's pretty well telegraphed. Obviously, once the ult ends, something bad is probably going to happen, and I, like clockwork, I said, if Bucky has his hook, he will save it for Psylocke, and you just saw it right there. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to reset by not pushing all the way back out right here. We have Cringe Alarm hitting the Mannequin Challenge in the wrong ear, unfortunately. Here goes the ulties. Kind of a scary spot right here. We have a dance-off once again in the Invisible Woman ult as well too, as playing back a little bit. We still are 86 to the ult. He lost half of his ult when he got hooked there. My God, scary spot. And also, unfortunately, going to go down. Guys, we are dealing with demons on the other side. Basically, almost a full ace right here on the point. And the offense is going to be pushing through relatively cleanly right here. Now going into point #2. Some adjustments may have to be made. Let's see what happens. We're going to go through the main choke. We see on the X-ray, both of the tanks flanking, by the way. So advanced strats happening. Unfortunately, losing the Mantis within seconds right there. Groot just jump scared everybody up in this choke right here. There's the wall. We can see it on the X-ray once again. Got Magneto and Groot up on the left, playing some sort of hybrid, not even, I wouldn't call it dive, but like they're playing very mobile for some of the least mobile tanks in the entire game. Now, Biomachina trying to do something here against this Groot. He does have his ult once again. Not gonna get stuffed out here, hopefully, but gotta be careful. There goes the Groot ulti, trying to get the kill on the Groot. He's going to get bubbled. They are really trying to protect him. There goes the Luna ulti as well too. Magneto popping off, taking out one of the healers, also losing Venom as well. All of a sudden, Biomachina kind of in a scary spot. Gonna have to back up a little bit. He's gonna be in absolute shambles if he gets walled off as well too. There's the wall from the tunnel. Very scary spot to be in. Close to a healer, but basically everybody pushing up on top of him. Guys, this Groot is putting in work. Serious work on the defense right now, or against our defense. So very scary spot, gonna have to reset again. And honestly, this is not looking very good. I'm gonna be honest, the offense is sailing. They didn't even spend, I don't think, even a minute and a half on point #2, already pushing into point #3. Biomachina still with his ult in hand, not having the Snowflake for a second there, but now, unfortunately, getting ulted by the enemy, Psylocke. And now, Biomachina going to try and figure out something here. He's been holding onto his ult for a good amount of time, trying to stay alive, but when he has pushed up, he's been getting blown up. Gotta be super careful here. There's the Invisible Woman ulti as well, too. Not a whole lot you can do that, but Luna trying to save it with the last dance, hopefully able to push everybody back. Here comes the potential ulti, gonna be dashing through the Magneto, also taking out the Invisible Woman. There goes a tank, both healers, and also Bucky going down as well. So we have a pretty good chance right here, of course, to win this team fight. It's been very hectic up until here. So let's see what happens if we can get something set up. We have the Venom going up on height, looking for a dive. There goes a huge hook onto the Groot. You don't see it happen very often. No, you don't see a lot of frontline Spider-Man hooks, but there was one right there trying to pull him out of position. There goes another wall. The Groot has actually been a menace. Getting slept right there is the enemy Psylocke and taken down. There's a potential initial pick to try and make something happen. Groot also popping off with another ulti, just slipping through the crack right there, staying alive for a second. We had a chance to take down the Groot. He was so low, but unfortunately in a very bad spot. You're gonna have to back all the way up. My God, the pressure is immense. Just barely getting around the corner, trying to break line of sight. Sticking with the tank, we have Luna right behind, just trying to pelt us with the heals as well. Just playing very, very safely here to the best of his ability. It's a scary spot because here's the thing, as a one above all / eternity level player, the whole other team absolutely knows what they should be doing. Unfortunately, right there, the invisible woman is going to get caught out and die before the Luna could pop the ult and keep her alive. Now, once again, getting walled off. The Groot is the star, in my opinion, on the other team. Just moving bodies right now. Fighting in the Luna ult. There goes the countdown. I was going to say, as soon as the Luna ult ends, the Psylocke ult is going to pop. We're going to get a healer. We're going to get a tank. Groot in shambles. Finally able to actually put some pressure on this player and going to win a second fight there in a row. Finally getting something figured out here. Now the offense has to respond. Going to be wrapping up to height. This is one of the corridors you don't see a lot of players actually play from here. My God, very scary. Also getting chased down by the enemy Psylocke. And the reason why it's so scary to play in this area is because you're going to be cut off by your heals, but also the health pack is so far away if you want to retreat. Yes, there's a health pack down and to the right, but now you basically have to jump into fire to reach that right there. So unfortunately, Biomachine is going to have to reset once again. But the offense is falling. They lost their Luna, they lost their Psylocke, and we're going to try and be able to push back up here a little bit. There goes the Groot once again. MVP or SVP absolutely on the other side. Try and push up a little bit. The Luna unfortunately missing her freeze. Let's see, the Magneto's not going to be able to get anybody there, but the Bucky is going to fall. Here comes a flank, trying to get the invisible woman, almost able to be backing up to the Luna ulti now, having God mode, able to push up for a second into the invisible woman ult. Scary spot to be. Damage amp for a second there as Luna ult is about to expire. Caught on the wall as well too, guys. The group putting in work, just making sure if we are going to ult that it's going to cost us. Groot getting a full combo to the face right there. Biomachine trying to back up, getting full save by the Mantis and the bubble. Great peel by the rest of the team to try and keep Biomachine alive. That now has us all right here, going to get the dive or the dash through the Luna, also take out the Bucky. Now full combo essentially onto the Magneto, but he is going to live. But we take our attention over to the invisible woman and take her out immediately. Now going to wrap, pushing past the health pack. Playing a tiny bit of a head glitch on the ramp, but not too much. Also almost getting walled off. Scary spot to be in, 23 health. Gotta play super safe right here. Able to push everybody back. Venom getting bubbled and also dipping back out as well too. The difference maker for sure right here is, I was gonna say, staying safe from the Groot, but as I say it like clockwork, like it was scripted, the Groot strikes again, taking down I think 3 players, losing a healer, getting rid of Spider-Man, and also losing Magneto as well too. Going to have to force ourselves all the way back to try and stay safe. Scary spot to be in, all the way back around the corner. This is a very familiar place. Feels like home to be back in here once again. Groot trying to shut the door on everybody as well too. There's another door, just trying to keep everybody back so they have no ability to try and fight on the cart. Groot getting bubbled, Groot getting saved. He is going to go down. I was going to say, very close to death. There goes the Loki pools, a little bit too late. Magneto about to pop off. Gonna try and break his ankles with a dash right there to try and get behind him and not go down. Touching the cart for a second, trying to fight up onto the Loki. Trying to get the kill. I love the melee weave right there. Phenomenal stuff, just trying to get that finish. So he was not able to escape. Mantis popping ult as well too. There goes another ulti. There's no ult on the other side to try and stop this. Gonna be able to get the Luna, cancel the ult, and have full mobility once again to push onto the enemy Psylocke. And absolutely now we are cooking, fully warmed up and landing our shots, pushing everybody back, but kind of in a scary spot right here. As things are going very well, we see a portal of everybody jumping back onto the point. They have the Mantis also popping ult as well too. Let's see what happens here. Strange in absolute shambles for a second there. Invisible, or not invisible woman, Psylocke actually behind. She has something cooking. I was going to say, whenever they dive up into the air like that, they're looking for something right there. They wanted the ult. Unfortunately, too little, too late, and they're going to stop them with only 2 points on the board. So now here we are on offense. Now, the thing for offense, at least for me, it's very scary against Groot, is that he wants you to dive so he can cut you off from heals and potentially kill you by walling you off. So you got to be super careful jumping into a Groot. He's, of course, a very strong character as well. As a tank, obviously, he has a lot of sustainability, but jumping over these walls can potentially be suicide. You gotta be super careful. It's one thing to try and block off firepower, but if you jump onto the wrong side of town, the whole team is there waiting for you. So we're gonna see a lot of kiting and hopefully playing very patiently, very safely, jumping almost all the way back to the spawn room here. Waiting for our tank. We lost our Mantis, unfortunately. Now just trying to push up a little bit. We see Spider-Man on height, a little bit in behind there, but I think he is going to retreat. Trying to get the hook once again now onto the Magneto. Very scary spot. Getting bubbled and also dipping out his Biomachine. It's just staying alive. We have a wall behind us. Got to be careful. Thank God for third-person view, because that wall could have been catastrophic if we did not get out of there. We do also have the ulti. Let's see, a lot of Loki clones down. No pools. Also nearly dying out of that. Gonna get the Loki, so job well done. Also, getting rid of Bucky right there is actually so massive, because that was guaranteed death if the Bucky did not die before that ulti ended. Now I have a chance to try and push everybody back right here on the tunnel choke on the side right now. Oh my God, kind of scary. Backing up a little bit here, just getting healed up. Just trying to force everybody back. Spider-Man wasting people's time so they're not able to touch the cart. We have 3 on cart right now, so we are absolutely marching on this first point. Let's see what the setup is. The defense, it looks like they were going to give it up, but here comes a very, very late portal and also a couple ultis popping. We got the Bucky ulti, we have the Groot ulti also popping off. We have everybody is popping and locking, trying to stay alive. We got a dance off on the point as well too. Spider-Man hitting the pose for a quick second, trying to do his damage to the best of his ability. Now just trying to get lost in the shadows, wrapping back around, trying to get a full combo on the Loki. You want him out of there, but here comes a Shoryuken from the Bucky to try and push us back, and we absolutely felt that as well too. But actually trying to stay alive, getting fully healed up onto the Bucky again, getting a full combo with the help of the Spider-Man, taking him down. Luna all by her lonesome is going to fall finally, and we are going to solidify the point going into point number 2. My goodness. The defense is not giving up. They fought tooth and nail at the very end there to try and make something happen. Even with the portal play, they used every single ulti to try and stop the offense there, but unfortunately they did fall. But here, also as I say it, for a second there we were about at like 8 health or so. Biomachina getting fully healed up, also has his ulti. Let's see what happens here. We see a lot of players up on height during the X-ray. Groot getting bubbled once again. Let's see the wraparound. Gonna be trying to get in behind, but absolutely the Star-Lord does hear the stilettos tapping. My God, very scary situation. Great peel, also making it back to his healers to try and stay alive there. Whenever you know danger is imminent, if you're playing a Psylocke, if you have so much mobility and you have the ability to try and make it back to your healers or at least back to the cart, you have to know where that safety home base is. He absolutely does. He was able to stay alive and now get a 3-piece, I think, off of that as well too. But he's not done. He's not done. Cleaning up the Star-Lord, now pushing with 4 on cart. The fights, guys, the coordination has been immaculate. Even with, this is one of the things too, it's a very, very good game to look at because the defense is not rolling over. The enemy team, they got some real demons. There goes another hook. I'm not sure if we got Bucky on our team or Spider-Man. A little bit handsomer, I will say, but getting another hook right there, having very good mileage out of that stationary hook from the Spider-Man, pulling the tanks out of position. Oh my God. There goes the Mantis ulti. Here comes also the Magneto ulti to try and clean it up and absorb the ult from the Star-Lord right there, able to get the kills well too. Magneto actually just got a 3-piece. Can we talk about this? I didn't even realize. As it happened, dropped his ult and ended up getting 3 kills in the process, now pushing into point number 3. Wrapping up around. Going all the way up to the spawn room here, just trying to take space and slow down the defense so that the cart can march with 1 player on. Magneto just hanging out. Living his best life on the cart for a second. Pushing back here, about to meet the enemy team right here on this corner. Unfortunately going to lose the Mantis. Backing up a little bit, also losing the Magneto as well too. Going to back all the way up. Unfortunately, the team is now getting rolled. Kind of a scary spot to be in. Can we touch the spawn room for a second just to get a little bit of health? We absolutely can. But now all of a sudden with our backs against the wall, quite literally, gonna have to regroup and now push as a team. We tried to impose our will right there, but one of the things that I really do like, although we did lose a good handful of players, we did not stagger afterwards. Okay, here we go, as I was gonna say, double ult pop by the enemy team, huge mistake right here. Let's see if it's gonna cost them. But I will say, when we went up initially to try and take some space, as things were cascading against us, we started backing up more and more to try and stay alive, kite, and at least get the ult charge. We did lose a couple players in the process, but now that we're all grouped up again, we have the ults popping. I like that we got the health pack right here as well too, just trying to take out the wall for a little bit more visibility from the enemy team to see is anybody pushing as well. Just trying to stay very safe, staying alive. Now the Mantis, unfortunately, going to go down to the hands of the Bucky. Let's see what happens here. Very scary spot to be in right there. My God, he went for the super high 5 in the air against the Bucky, able to get the takedown with the help of the Magneto as well too. Going invisible, kind of a scary spot to be in. There's no way to really stop this. As I say it, I was going to say, very hard spot to be in, especially with no ulti to try and take advantage of the iframes there to stay alive. So unfortunately, Biomachina is going to go down and gonna have to reset again. At this point, they have 2 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock. It's not panic time just yet. They're not fighting for overtime, they're fighting for the dub. So can they do it and not sell the bag by pushing up too aggressively? As I say that, threading the needle between the pillar was Bucky for that hook, which is crazy. Thankfully, Biomachina with good reflexes, they're able to back out using his shift, and now we have the Mantis ulti popping right now. He now has his ult as well. Let's see what happens. We have Invisible ult, or Invisible Woman popping her ult on the point. Biomachina playing a little bit behind the entire team. He does have his ult. He's playing patiently. He has now been forgotten for a second. My God. Very, very scary spot to be in. We see the Thing not knowing where Biomachina is right here, playing behind the team, potentially could set up some sort of a pinch. We know that the enemy Luna still does have her ult, so at the very least it's going to get forced out right here. Let's see what happens. She's going to lose her ult right there, or use it to try and keep the team alive, but Biomachina at least doing his job right there, able to pop the ult, force the enemy ult out as well too, and I get back to the team safely here. As I say it, borderline not safe. Very scary situation to be in there for a second. We heard the sound effect of near death, able to escape. Let's see if we can get the kill on the Star-Lord. We absolutely can. Invisible Woman from downtown with a Shoryuken coming out from Spider-Man as well. Now rolling the Thing, and all of a sudden we were in a very scary spot, kind of having the team split up very, very much so. But now, gonna be able to march on cart, now playing a little bit of an off angle here. We have Spider-Man trying to get a hook on somebody. I think it was Bucky right there, popping ult. He said, yo, don't touch me. If you touch me, I'm ulting. He absolutely is. The entire team popping off. We got the Magneto ult trying to psych up the bullets as well. Very scary spot to be in. Somehow we are eating this ult to the face, and Biomachina just said, you know what, I don't care, I'm staying alive. And he absolutely did, with the help of some healers, absolutely, but just absorbing all the attention from the Star-Lord. Now, once again, fighting up onto the Thing, pushing everybody back. We got Spider-Man just trying to touch, trying to just be an absolute menace, but unfortunately going to fall into the hands of the Magneto. They have Rocket for absolutely no reason whatsoever, besides possibly trying to touch. He is going to get on point, but for a few seconds right there, now he's going to fall. Everybody's switching up the comp, just trying to touch the point to the best of their ability. Very scary spot to be in. Spider-Man fighting for his life, and just like that, they are going to solidify the 3 points on the board in a very, very hard-fought game. And just like that, Biomachina is going to be the MVP with 46 kills, only 5 deaths, the least in the entire lobby. 28 final hits, the most in the entire lobby, and also the most damage with a 5-piece as well, putting on a clinic on Psylocke. So the biggest thing for me with regards to how this all came together is, if you notice, in the first on defense, there was not a ton of deaths, but basically all of Biomachina's deaths came from the defense, getting pushed up on. The offense was so aggressive with the Groot and the Magneto just making things happen. And once the tone was set, there was a switch that had to flip. And Biomachina and the rest of the team realized, hey, if we're pushing up against them, just pure firepower versus pure firepower, it's not working. So we had to kite these fights. We have to play very methodical. We're playing on off angles. Spider-Man trying to coordinate his dive with the Venom, but also getting the cleanup with the Psylocke. And because of that, able to pinpoint the weak targets on the enemy team, take them down, and allow him to survive much longer versus literally standing in fire because the defense was full of monsters. They had to try and stay safe, and that was a difference maker without a doubt.